to another episode of the Counselor's Desk. Today, we are going to be finding out what to do if a husband who is not very action-oriented is married to a wife who is action-oriented. This is Dr. Beatrice Tembi, as you must know by now, and I am welcoming you once again to this very fruitful moment we are going to be spending together. Times are really changing, you know, and we must find out how to adjust to these changing times without actually compromising certain values. When I was a girl, I used to hear this old saying very often: behind every great man is a great woman. Soon afterwards, it changed. It became, by the side of every great man is a great woman. I'm afraid very soon it will change again. It will become in front of or before, to use the word be, behind, beside, before. Very soon it may become before every great man is a powerful woman. Well, not in every aspect, in certain aspects. Now let us find out. What do you do as a man in your home if your wife is like in front of you in certain aspects? Follow me, let's discuss this. Your wife may be the primary breadwinner in the home, or she may have a more prominent career than yours, or a position in the society which is a bit higher than yours, or she may be just more action driven, more action oriented than you. How do you react to that? How do you still remain a man in your home? I have just two main points today as usual. The first thing is don't. Don't do a number of things. Don't feel threatened or insecure. Your wife is not trying to emasculate you. She's not trying to be the man. You may not understand that until I explain further what I'm trying to explain, okay? So don't feel inferior to her. Don't feel threatened or insecure. The position God gave you is a permanent one. The Bible says you are the head. You don't need to insist on that or threaten her, or always repeating it to her. Look, I am the head of this house. Look, I'm the head. You don't need to do that. It's a permanent position, okay? Secondly, don't run away from home. Really, I've seen men who run away from their homes. I remember one guy he was always fond of doing that. And when he runs away, the church leaders and the pastor, he will run to his father's house. They'll go to his father's house, talk with him, counsel him, quote scriptures, and literally bring him back. He would pack his things and they'll bring him back to his home. It's funny. Please don't run away from home, okay? And thirdly, don't be jealous of your wife's success. Now, if you do any of these three don'ts, your house will be a hell to live in. You will start reacting in such strange ways. You will become mean. You will become unhusbandly. You will become less a man than God wants you to be. So don't feel threatened or insecure. Don't run away from home, and don't be jealous of her success. Now, what should you do in order not to do those three things? Before I tell you my second point, the first one is don't. Second one is make use of her strength without becoming weak. But before I go there, I remember this lady. Oh, she was so action driven. I am telling you. She needed to always be on the move. New visions, new goals, new dreams. And her husband, on the other hand, was the kind of man who wanted to stabilize situations first. Wanted to, complete assignments. Oh, I don't know how he was, but we met in a seminar. I was teaching on the leader and his family. So he's a prominent man in town. He came to the seminar because it was a seminar for people of a particular strata in the society. So after one of my classes, he took me aside and told me that his wife is killing him. He's in trouble at home. That the wife is always suggesting new things. Oh, let's go to the capital city and start this. Oh, let's go to this town and start this. No, and when he's trying to say, okay, let me think about it, the woman would say, you are hindering my progress. You are disturbing me. And because of that, the man kept running away from home. I remember one time, this lady looked for him and saw him. Literally packed him into the car. I'm so sorry to be using the word pack, but at least he was in the car, sitting on the other seat. The lady was driving in the driver's seat. So they came to where I was living for something, and they parked the car beside the store. So when this lady saw me, she just came out from the car, her driver's seat, and came to my side. I was just saying, "Mommy, beer." I said, "What is it? What is it?" She turned and glanced at her husband and saw that the husband may see us talking and just whispered to me, "Don't worry, we shall talk." And she went back. And what was the talking? Her husband had run away from home. She had gone and fetched him, and she was taking him back home. And this was a prominent man. After about a year, my husband came back from his office and narrated a story to me that this lady came into his office and pleaded that, "Please, Daddy, please call my husband. This is his number. Let him come to your office." My husband said, "Why?" He said, "Because he had run away from home for a number of days now, and she had heard that he was living in a hotel in our town. So if you call him, he will come, and then as soon as he opens the door and enters, Daddy, I'm ready to go on my knees. I'm ready to apologize. Just call him to come." So my husband took the phone number and dialed it and called the man. He said, "Hello." He said, "Yeah, Pastor, how are you?" He said, "I'm fine. Please, can you just come to my office? I have something to discuss with you." The man said, "No, I'm not coming." He said, "But why?" He said, "My wife is in your office." He said, "How do you know?" He said, "Because," the guy said, "Because how do you know I'm in your town? How do you know I'm in your town? She must have found out that I'm living in your town, and she must have come there so that you can call. See, Pastor, I don't want to see her. I'm done with it." So, please, before I talk about make use of her strength, I want to reiterate, don't run away from home, okay? Now, my second point, and I'm going to be dwelling on this for some time. Make use of your wife's strength without becoming weak. You know, everybody has their strengths and weaknesses. And actually, before I forget, let me just let you know that strengths and weaknesses are from the same root. They are branches of the same tree. Listen carefully. A strength, a weakness is actually a strength that has been mismanaged. Listen to me carefully. A weakness is actually a strength that has been mismanaged or misdirected or used without discipline, you can actually harness a weakness and turn it into a strength. Are we together? So don't always concentrate on your wife's weaknesses. Look at it as a strength that you can reorientate, you can redirect, you can harness. For example, if your wife is very assertive, she's very assertive, look at it as if, know that she's just being a passionate person. And you can always use passion. Passion for anything can be used. If she's loud, oh, this woman is too loud, she makes so much noise. Yeah, you can use her loudness. How can you use her loudness? Maybe you can give her loud things to do. Maybe she would want to be a singer somewhere, an actor somewhere. She dramatizes all the time. Great. Why don't we see how she can dramatize some things and harness that for the Lord? Okay, let's come back to this issue of strength. I want to suspect that you who is always tempted to run away from home, you have a woman whose temperament is the one temperament experts call choleric. Well, some call it dominant temperament, some call it choleric. I prefer to call it type 1. Because of the too many names, I just give my own type 1. Maybe your wife is and how do you know if you have a type 1 wife? They are dynamic and active. Okay? That's their strength. They are action oriented. Okay? They can easily take charge. That's why you're always telling her, look, I'm the man in this house. Because she's always taking charge of situations instead of you. Okay? Maybe she's strong-willed and decisive. She can take a decision while you are still thinking. She's independent and self-sufficient. She can, talking of independence, an elderly lady told me that one of the greatest complaints she always had from her husband was that she was too independent. She was too independent. The husband would want her to come and plead for something, beg for something, ask him to explain something to her. But why? She's educated. She could go to the internet and find stuff. She could use a dictionary. Why should I come and ask you the meaning of a word when the dictionary is right there on my table? And the husband too was a professor in the university. So he thought he could be explaining things out to her, but why? She knows everything. So the man kept complaining that she's too independent. You are too independent. You think you know everything. Well, the lady was type 1. And I always told the lady, you are type 1. Okay, so now, but she has weaknesses. She's bossy and impatient. She's demanding and domineering. She's tactless. She tells you the things as they are. She doesn't use tact. So she has strengths and she has weaknesses. Now let me tell you how you can harness her weaknesses. Okay? 1. Don't ever talk and not do. Where your wife, if she's action oriented, she expects everybody to be action oriented, including you. So if you are not action oriented, this is what you can do. You can always use her. That word use, I'm not using it in the wrong way. Okay, you can harness her strength. When you have something to do, let's say your goals and your visions, as I was telling you in the other episode. Now don't just talk. I'm going to do this. I'm going to become a this. I'm going to become a that. When will you? She's waiting for action. You know what you can do? 2 of you can draw up an action plan for you. Tell her, madam, you see, I want to do this and do that and do that. Please sit down, let's draw an action plan for that. Oh my God. Before you finish making that statement, she's sitting down. She's the one pulling the paper and the pen. You can tell her, please just write it. I know you are so good at writing. Write this down for me. Okay, this month. Okay, the next month. An action plan is what you are going to do when, where, with whom, how. Simple. Just the fact that you have told her that let's do this. Oh my God. You are harnessing her strength. Okay? And she can then go ahead and plan everything for you. But you are the one who said, sit down, let's do this. Okay? So you are using her strength without looking weak, or without looking ineffective, or weak in the brain. You are using her brain without looking brainless, because you brought up the idea. Are we together? Great. Secondly, delegate authority to her most of the time. The things that you are supposed to do, but because you are not action oriented, and you know that she would always remind you about them, remind her about those things. Listen, if you know that you are supposed to be the one to pay the rents, all you need to do is to say, please, I know you are so busy in your office, but when you come back, will you have some time? You know you are so good at this interpersonal things. Can you now meet the landlord for us? Because if you don't delegate it, she will assign you. When women always tell their husbands, go and do this, go and do that, they are the things the husband was supposed to be doing. You can tell her, the schooling for this young son of ours, to look for school. I was thinking that I would go to name a school, a number of schools. But you see, I know how good you are with those, the last school. Can you please do it? I'm going to call the principal that you are coming. Full stop. She does it, but you are called the principal. And you relax. She is so good at talking, asserting her point. She will go there and make all the hell of noise and get the child admitted. But who sent her? Listen, it's so easy. You make use of your wives. Oh, I wish I had enough to explain. We have a lot on this, and maybe we can come back to it. You learn to make your wife, your action-oriented wife, is actually looking for a teammate in you, but you don't know. When she keeps saying, do this, do that, giving you instructions, and you are angry, are you giving me instructions in my own house? They are the things you are supposed to do. So why don't you turn it around? Give her the instructions. She will gladly do them, and she will come. And when she comes back, listen again. Another little thing. You delegate. You don't abdicate. You are delegating the authority to go do this, go do that. You don't abdicate. If you abdicate, you forget about it. And most men like to abdicate. But when you delegate, you must ask for feedback. She has to give you feedback. I went there, this and that happened. You say, oh, okay, I'm going to call them. Is that what they did? Did they know the person? They don't know you. Anyway, I'm going to call them. Simple. Anybody can delegate authority, but you cannot delegate responsibility. It is your responsibility as the husband to do this, and that. Now, when you delegate the authority to your wife to do it, you must be now in charge of whether the thing has been done or not is still your responsibility. So find out, has it been done? What are the challenges she had? How can you help there? So you are making use of your wife's strength, but you are not looking weak. Are we together? Many men don't know how to. Look, God gave that woman is a gift to you. An action-centered woman is a gift to the husband if the husband understands how to make use of her gift. Okay? So, what have we been talking about? 1, don't do a number of wrong things. And 2, make use of her strength without feeling weak. There's so much to say about this, and maybe I can come back to it in another episode, because I think I need to explain more how to use your wife's strength. God bless you. God bless you. Don't forget to share this. Don't forget to subscribe and click the bell, and don't forget to like this. Okay? We'll be right back with many more editions of this. We'll do it gradually at our pace.